Okay, this video will document where our electrical, plumbing, and heating and air conditioning roughing systems are. And wouldn't you know it, the utility company is out cutting the street at the same time, so there may be some background noise. Hopefully I will be able to hear myself if I need to come back and look at this video, and that's the purpose of the video, so that if something gets covered up, or if we ever need to know where, you know, a water line is or whatever, we'll know and know which stud something is mounted to, and that way we don't have to actually measure these things, because we know by looking at the video the stud layout started from this end of the wall, so we know 16, 32, 48, and so on. So as long as I get a good picture of this wall, which I need to do maybe a little bit of an angle so the studs so things don't line up from the background too much. So anyway, I'll start with this wall. There's our switches for the island lights and the under counter lights here, and next to it is an outlet, and what else? We got our drain for our sink, hot and cold water. This needs to come out. I need to get with the drywall guys on how to bring those wires out for the disposal, because that'll hardwire right into the disposal. And there's the wire for the dishwasher, and it's another outlet and the switch for the disposal. And this is for under cabinet lighting, which I will have to unstaple when they start drywalling, because we've had trouble in the past trying to reach into the wall and pull on the wire with it being stapled. This loopy wire right here is for the light under or over the sink. And we just have another outlet and another outlet. So I like to get a picture from both angles here. And this is usually one of your busiest walls, your kitchen. So here's the refrigerator box, water box, and the refrigerator outlet. And in this hallway we have the light, overhead light, and a smoke detector. And then we have the return box there and an outlet. And there's the switch. What is that for? We should have it covered up the. I like to take a picture of what the electricians write right here, because that they can decipher. But it should be a switch right here for the light overhead, and also a switch for the overhead lights in here. Okay, so I better stay in this same room. There's an outlet right there. Let's go ahead and show it. And an outlet right there. So I better get back far enough to show how many studs over it is. So we got one right there and right there. The reason I'm pointing is because sometimes you can't see them, they blend in, so that'll kind of point out where it is. And then up here, one of those wires is for the overhead the pendant lighting for the room, and the other one is for the pendant lights over the bar, the island. There's another wire for that's for the fan that goes up in the middle, and we'll be mounting those boxes when we get our scaffolding set up to put the tongue and groove ceiling material on the ceiling. So let's go over here now. There's an outlet there. And we still need to put our draft stop up there, which is basically mineral wool insulation. And then here, on this wall, we basically just have a quad for the TV and other equipment, and then the coax and Cat 5E there. Get a shot of that wall from over here. Okay, so then here we have an outlet here, and I thought we had another outlet over here. I thought we were going to have one over here. Outlets by bar, question mark. That's the other thing this video does. Okay, that receptacle is facing the entry. So then on this little end wall, receptacle, and we'll get a little video of that in case they forget. Got a lot going on right here, and then we have the thermostat wire. Over here we have all of this. I'm just going to video the notes. I'm not going to go a little slower. Receptacle down there. By the way, there's a wire for a sconce there, and this little wall that is switched by that switch there. Those two sconces come on at the same time. Nothing over here on this wall. Up here we just have wires in the center of the little ceilings. Those will remain exposed because we're not putting drywall up there. We don't have any electrical under the windows there. Then we come to the stair light switch and under counter light switch. And then up here, let's see if I can give you an idea. I need to get this off the floor. Yeah, so I can turn it like that. Because what I'll do is I'll print photographs from this video if I need to. We're going to tuck these back in the wall And then we've got our communications box up here and an outlet for the router, and then just a regular, oh, that's going to be a receptacle for the printer in the cabinet, and that plumbing there faces the laundry area. So this is the little hall leading into the pantry, and all we have really is a 2-gang box there for switches and a can light. And here, no receptacles in this little hallway. In the pantry, we have a receptacle here by the door, and an outlet there. So if I can get back far enough to show how many studs. Well, it backs up to that that 2-gang box there in the kitchen. That'll kind of locate that. And then we have another receptacle here, another outlet, whatever you want to call them. And then on the ceiling, we have a can light there and a wire on the ceiling for a hanging light fixture, and then another can light over the door. And that is all. There's no electrical on this long wall of the pantry or at the end. In the master bedroom, we have our switch there beside the door, a receptacle. Pretty sure there's no other, yeah, nothing behind this screen. Receptacle there. And up high, we have a smoke detector box. Then on this wall, we have receptacle by the return facing the other direction, and a thermostat wire. That box faces the closet. And then we built a little fur down there to hide our plumbing vents. And here we have a switch going into the bathroom, and then an outlet down there. And here is our cable, our coax, and our Cat 5e, and a receptacle. And really don't have to worry about the overhead as much, because we are going to put tongue and groove in here, and we're going to do that after the fact. So here I'll just show that there's nothing except that switch 2-gang box there and the notes the electricians made. This is one thing you gotta be careful of here. This wire wasn't stapled. What'll happen is it'll get on the face of the stud. Somebody will nail drywall over that, and you'll be going, why do I have a hump in my wall? So, kind of surprised. Electricians are usually pretty good about getting that stuff in the wall. By the way, you can see where the insulation guys foamed or caulked all the penetrations. Any kind of cracks went around the windows and doors. Let me back up and get this wall. Two receptacles, one there and one there. The master bath. There's the plumbing there, and we moved the motor down in the floor so we can access it from the ceiling below, so we can completely cover this up if we want to without any sort of access panels. Let's see, let me start on one wall and go to the other. I don't have any receptacles on that wall. I do have an exhaust fan up there, which should be obvious from outside. Up there again, overhead lighting, but don't have to worry about that as much right now. And we've got two can lights which center over our windows, and a receptacle for the vanity there, and one on this other side. And then we have lights, switches for the can lights and the vanity lights here. Where's the shower can? He must have it wired so that the cans and any other lights come on at the same time. Now this is what I'm talking about. The installation guys did this one. These wires, they will get, you know, left over the face of the studs, and if you're not careful, they'll get drywalled over. So I'll have to be here to make sure all that gets pushed back in the wall. And what that is optional wiring for lights over the vanity on the wall if he decides he wants something there in addition to these can lights. Our plumbing. Can light in there. We need to build our seat, and there is the plumbing. I'm gonna call that far. Here we have our fan switch, exhaust fan, and this little light up here, little can light over the potty. Isn't that cute? Okay, the master closet has a, let's see, how can I document this? Can light sort of lines up with this corner here. Not really. I would say it more lines up with the edge of the window, and then that one lines up with that stud, and then that one is nailed to the side of that stud. And no receptacles on this wall, but we do have our under cabinet lighting for the washer and dryer area, and washer receptacle, and our dryer receptacle, and the dryer vent. We're going to have a platform here, so that'll be hidden there. There's the switch for the can lights. And I don't know why we don't have any receptacles in here. I thought we would have had at least one. in the closet that you could get to. Would have been easy enough to feed one off of that. I'll have to ask the electrician about that. Also, the guys didn't frame around this, so that has to be done. And I'd ask the insulation guys to take their stuff downstairs. They didn't, so boo-hoo. So this is the guest bedroom. Have an outlet there. One by the window jack. And one there, which is the stud next to the window jack. And some of this may seem silly to even talk about, but when the drywall is up, you need any kind of reference you can get to quickly identify where your outlets are. So that's why I sometimes make these silly, what may seem like silly references. So there's a closet switch with a can light in there. Should be right in the center of the closet. And then this will be easy to find because that'll be a bump out in the closet. And then we've got a receptacle right there. And the 4-gang box there. Electrician notes and a thermostat wire. Now, so in that closet we've got a can light and also a can light in the hall. There was supposed to be a receptacle on that ledge up there. I need to call the electrician about that. Okay, there's our switch for the hall closet light. On the other side of that 3-gang box right there. If I can get in here from the insulation. You can see here they put, S1 is a single pole switch, or whatever. If it says S3, it'd be a 3-way switch. S4 would be, and that's why I take a little video of this, because if they have a question, I can answer that way. Of course, they usually don't forget things. It would be me that forgot something, or just didn't see it when we first installed it. This is the switch for the vanity. There's an outlet. There's the plumbing. Another outlet. Oh, by the way, those are lined up there with that framing. And same there on that kind of post beside the window. That, well, you can see that post is, that would be 4.5 inches over. And same thing there. About 5 inches from the edge of the window. And there's an abandoned hole. And so we don't have any electrical here. And so in here all we have really is that cover goes on the fan. We have the fan, a light, and that's it. In the bathtub area and the guest bathroom. No receptacles or anything. nice